Today, unlocking your karmic past with twin flame synastry, astrology. What's the deal with this person and I that I call twin flame? Well, it's actually pretty simple, it turns out. Um, you don't need to do that. You don't need to unlock twin flame synastry or worry about astrology or any of that. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. First, let me, I guess, kind of explain why people think that's a thing with twin flames. And that's not hard, that's not that hard to understand either. It's because the most common mistake that people make about this phenomenon of twin flames is they think it's like super soulmates, like a really amazing soulmate. It's my special person, my twin flame. And what they do is they go into all of the usual kind of spiritually centered things that you would ordinarily look at if it was a soulmate, somebody who is, like your perfect lover. And for that, they probably work pretty good, actually, right? If it really was a soulmate, right? My soul and your soul. And we've been hanging out for 10 lifetimes or 20 lifetimes, right? Soulmates. And the internet hype around the phenomenon of twin flames, they've made it into this big special thing where it's like special soulmates or something, right? And that's kind of how everybody treats this phenomenon. Now, notice people that get into all that stuff with their twin flame, they're not with their twin flame. It didn't work. Actually, those of you that are watching that have tried some of this stuff, yeah, it backfired, didn't it? Like focusing on this person that you call twin flame and trying to figure out what to do seems to make things worse, doesn't it? Guys, this is totally different than soulmates. And that's really all people are doing 90% of the time on the internet is treating this phenomenon like it's super soulmates or something like that. Or, you can't really tell the difference between what people already called soulmate and what they're calling a twin flame, other than people in this space online, they tend to kind of dress the whole thing up in like new age garb. They dump the new age sauce on it, right? But in substance, they don't really treat it any differently than soulmates. And I'm not saying any of this to put anybody down. I'm not trying to, make anybody wrong or anything. But I just kind of noticed like people really struggle with this. And you don't need to, guys. And when you find out what this really is and how it really works, it turns out it's actually a lot simpler. It really is. I met my twin flame. I went through the whole thing. That was 8 years ago. And now we're good. We're good. And I've been coaching twin flames for over 7 years now. I've coached over 7,000 twin flames. I've helped countless people to be with their twin flame, guys. And I'll even show you, testimonial. I got a lot of them. If you're new here, guys, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. And what you're going to find out is I do things very differently. Why? Because this is very different. Like the real legitimate phenomenon of twin flames, it works very, very different. So that's kind of the first part of the video. I wanted to address that. Like, why is it everybody's trying to like figure out whatever past life energy or past life synastry, astrology, karmic energies, all that kind of stuff. That's why people are doing that stuff, but it isn't working. It isn't working. They're not with their twin, or they haven't helped anybody else to be with theirs. Now, what should you do? Let's talk about that now. What's the right way to do this? Well, you and your twin flame are the same soul, right? That's what everybody says. There's three things that everybody gets right about twin flames. Number one, you're one soul in two bodies. Twin flames are the same soul. Okay. Number two, there's something that you can do by way of magic, seemingly. It's not magic, technically, right? Magic is just science that we haven't figured out yet. It's just science undiscovered. But it's like that. It seems mysterious. But yes, that's true too. There is something you can do to get them to come back. There absolutely is. Number three, you got to detach. We're not going to talk a lot about that in this video. So those are the things everybody gets right about twin flames. The first one, especially, like the whole reason that the term twin flame was invented in the first place was to describe two people who are the same soul. And you meet them and they trigger this awakening process. It starts out very, very painfully. But if you crack the code, it doesn't need to stay that way. Interesting, though, everybody agrees on what twin flames are, same soul, but then they give you all this different advice about what to do. How can that be? If we all agree about what a twin flame is, what's the problem? Why is there like 900 different ideas about what you're supposed to do, right? Like astrology, synastry, healing, clearing your karma, right? And then some people, they'll even tell you, oh, yeah, it works different for everybody. No, guys. No. All real phenomenon in the universe work the way they work, and it's the same every time, right? Your twin flame is your soul, and there's a very rational, grounded, down to earth, even scientifically valid explanation, guys. It's reincarnation. So here's the deal with past lives and your twin flame. Let's start with that for you to understand what you're supposed to do, like what does work, what's the proven method. Okay, let's say you had knowledge of who you used to be in one of your past lives, right? And that's a thing. So a lot of people, there's a lot of, you go on Google or YouTube and just type in reincarnation stories. And some of the stories are so astonishing, you just can't even explain them any other way. And I don't think I need to convince you guys. But yeah, some people they do. They have verified knowledge of who they used to be in a past life. Okay, so you got that information. I know who I was in my last life, or maybe two lifetimes ago, even, right? And you have a time machine. Let's just say you had a time machine and you could go back and in your last life, you used to be, I don't know, in the 1930s, you were a doctor, let's just say, in your last life. And you get in the time machine, you go back, and you're standing across the street from the hospital where you worked in your past life as a doctor, and you're just sitting there waiting, right? Eventually, 5 o'clock, it's time to go home. The doctor, you, in your previous incarnation, you walk out the door and you go, oh, that's them. That's amazing. You are in the first person looking at you in your last life, right? And then the doctor, you used to be them, right? They die, they go up to heaven, and then they reincarnate, and they're you, right? It's reincarnation. Okay. Well, guess what? Time is relative. Time is relative. Time, linear time, we experience in the first person. Some people, they go to absolutes. You'll hear people say, oh, yeah, there's no such thing as time. That's not really what scientists say about time. Albert Einstein is the one that figured out how time really works, and it's based on his general theory of relativity. And what he said about time is that it's relative. It's not that there is time or is not time, it's that it depends on your relative perspective in the universe. So, from your perspective in the first person, the doctor, that's something that you've already done. It's in your past from your point of view. However, what about from a higher perspective, a higher relative perspective? So, your higher self in heaven, that's what they call it, right? And even a conventional Christian or anybody, you know, that's kind of the story with what happens when you die, right? You go up to this higher plane or something, you go somewhere. They call it heaven, right? Well, now we have modern science, which is proving the existence of higher planes. Now, they haven't exactly detected heaven, and I don't know if they ever will either with the kind of technology we have. It's kind of primitive in the grand scheme of things, but they have proven the existence of some of the lower planes that are beyond 3D, like the Higgs field, for example. And the theory goes that they go up infinitely. Well, if they go up infinitely, where do you think you go when you die? Right. What else does science have to say about higher planes? Well, if you could exist on one of these higher planes, if you could live there, you would not experience linear time anymore. You do down here in the 3D. Again, from your point of view, this person that you used to be in one of your past lives, the doctor, is in your past. But from up here, all of these incarnations, that's these red dots, they're all happening simultaneously from the perspective of your higher self in heaven. So your higher self's perspective is different relative to yours. Down here in density, relativity, Albert Einstein, right? So that's how that works. So the fact is, from higher planes of existence, you can hop all around in time. If this was the last life you lived, we're going to say birth year 1880. When you do the thing that we call die, you go back up here to heaven, right? And you can reincarnate anywhere. You can go into the future, or you can go into the past, or you can go into this future, right? You can hop all around in time. Reincarnation is essentially a time machine. So think of it this way. This life that you're living, you right now, right? When you die in hopefully a long time from now, we're going to say, I don't know, 60, 70 years, it'll be the year, what would that be? 20, 2080, 2090, right? Long time from now. You die, you go back up to heaven, you can come back and reincarnate in the 1980s or the 1990s. You die in the year 2090, you go back up to heaven, and when you reincarnate, you can go back into the 1970s or 80s. And that's literally how science says higher planes actually work. Your twin flame is just one of your past lives. It's just reincarnation, guys. And here, let me show you something else. This is kind of what tipped me off to this. So if you go to my YouTube channel, scroll down a bit, there's this playlist right here called Twin Flame Science, where I'm trying to help you out, make you feel a little bit more sane. I know the beginning of the twin flame journey is really rough. I remember I went through the whole thing, but I came out of it and life is great. And if you're doing this right, yours will be too. So I really just explained to you the premise of this first video. Your twin flame is your past life. The second one, I go more deeply into the science. And I also explain, this also is the reason why your twin flame runs. The difference in energy between you and your twin flame is what pushes them away. I'm not going to go too deeply into that into this video because I've already made videos about it. Just go watch this one. It's called What Are Twin Flames? This purple thumbnail here. where I explained, yeah, it because they are your past life is why they run, and it's not karma, it's not some psychological reason like you need to do some healing. It's a mechanical reason. It's the second law of thermodynamics. I'm for real. There are real, rational, grounded, scientifically valid, easy to prove explanations for this, which means it's your lucky day because you don't have to struggle anymore, guys. Remember what I said at the beginning of this video? This is simple. Your twin flame is your soul. And it's not the soul splits. If any of you are going to ask me about that, I debunk that myth in that video, the What Are Twin Flames video. This one with the purple right here. What are twin flames? I debunk that. It's not the soul splits. Okay, so in that video, I'll talk about where that myth came from. And it doesn't have any basis in any kind of science or anything. This theory that your twin flame is your past life, again, if you knew who you were in one of your past lives and you had a time machine, you go back and meet them, you guys are the same soul. Remember my analogy, the doctor? You guys are the same soul. And again, you can reincarnate in the same time period over and over and over again. So this person you call twin flame is really a life that you've already lived in the past. You guys really are the same soul. It's true. And there's even a scientifically legit way to explain it. So what's the next thing that I need to do? Well, you don't need to do astrology or synastry because you did not have any past lives with your twin flame. Very important. You do not have past lives with your twin flame. If you think you did, then you either got a bad reading from a psychic, or it's not your twin flame, or perhaps you were viewing yourself from one of the other incarnations. Maybe you reincarnated twice in a different time period in the past. Maybe there was two of you. Maybe you met yourself in the past and you were looking at yourself from one of the people that you were in the psychic dream that you had or whatever. I've had people ask me about that. Sure, that's possible, but both are you. You're looking at you. It's another you, and it's another life that you lived. Most likely answer, though, you got a bad reading. Because again, everybody treats this like soulmates. This is why, like, if you go talk to a psychic, the first thing they're going to do is start immediately treating it like some kind of a super soulmate. They always do that because they don't understand. You're the same soul. There's not two of you. There's no separation. And they always do that. They always do that. Oh, you and this person in a past life, the two of you, blah, 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 together. No, you've never done anything with your twin flame. There's no twin flame. It's you. It's you in another body, you guys. This is the secret to my success as the world's #1 twin flame coach. That's the first thing you got to do. What do I do, Kurt? What do I do? Yeah, first thing, stop treating this like it's somebody else. Start thinking about this differently. That's you, dude. Literally in another body. Yeah, you guys are the same soul. It's true. But the mind, it can't understand. The mind can't help you with this. All it can do is view this person as exactly that, another person, another being. But I'm trying to get you to think about what happens beyond the body and mind. You're not your mind, guys, and you're not your body. This vessel, this physical vessel, and the mind that developed in your childhood in this physical vessel, guess what? Is temporary. This human machine, albeit beautiful, is temporary, guys. You're a soul. Your twin flame is you. There's no them. The mind, again, the mind, if you're going, I don't understand though, Kurt, the mind can't help you with this. Let me give you some resources just so you can see what I'm talking about. If you're still confused, you're like, I still don't get it, Kurt, right? No problem. I got your 6. So, 2 playlists. There's the True Twin Flame Teachings, right? Right here. This playlist, the True Twin Flame Teachings. And then there's Twin Flame Success Stories. Go watch some of my student interviews. These people here at the beginning of the playlist, they're going to tell you, you guys, you got to align with your soul. You can't figure this out. These people are married to their twin flame. Some of them. I've helped a lot of people to be with their twin, guys. They're going to tell you that. They're going to tell you, yeah, you can't figure this out with your mind. It doesn't work that way. Next thing, this True Twin Flame Teachings playlist right here. The True Twin Flame Teachings. It's free stuff, guys. Free 99. It's the best price. Go check it out. Just get in here, get started. Just watch, I don't know, 20 of these videos. Just randomly scroll through here and start watching. There's a lot of myth busting. There's a lot of stuff about what to do, like end twin flame separation today. This is a great video to start watching because I explain to you the words separation and union and what those words really mean. Or there's no healing on the twin flame journey. This is a really good one because I'm going to explain to you the art of soul alignment. You don't use your mind to get your twin flame back. You don't need to fix the contents of your mind, right? Healing, which ordinarily is really good. Healing, right? Good stuff. It just doesn't work here, guys. Last thing that you can do, there's a free masterclass that you can go watch. The link to go watch the masterclass is in the description of this video post. It's called The #1 Twin Flame Mistake Everybody Makes. Free masterclass. It's an hour. I'm going to really bust the soulmate myth. You're going to have so much clarity. Guys, do something. Get plugged in. Thank you for watching.